fans, welcome into the Around the Horns podcast. It's your boy Tristan, your main man Mario, and for the first time, Mario, we may have cursed ourselves. We talked about how beautiful the weather was, how much we were enjoying the Fuel and Iron Food Hall, and today, for the first time, we are in the virtual space hosting the Around the Horns podcast because our boys are on the road. You're at home. How are you feeling?
Well, I'd feel a lot better if we were getting hockey sooner rather than later. But hey, we're here. It's exciting. March hockey's happening. Playoff hockey is happening. And we've got a first-time guest that's been a long time coming today. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, we've got an elusive first-time guest. For us, it's the first time in podcast history that it has taken until a playoff series to get a guy on the pod. You'll find out who in just a few. But for a familiar face in period one, give it up for our guest, Bulls head coach Chris Wilhite. Coach, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you?
Good. Feeling like an ESPN sportscaster. There's even that little, good delay between each answer. This is pretty cool. This is pretty sweet for the playoffs. But, Coach, I want to talk about it. You guys obviously wrapped up the regular season last weekend, split series on the road in Idaho, and you're going to turn right back around and play them in week one of the playoffs. How are you guys feeling? How was last weekend, and how are you feeling prepping for this one?
Yeah, we feel good. Obviously, it's a little different. A little adversity you're battling through, right? Obviously, when you guys get to sleep in their own beds, it's just a nice reset for them. But with how we're handling the week, it's about as normal as we could be. We got a conference room for the guys. We got 3 different crock pots going. So we've done what we can. Shout out to Tyler Thunberg and Chris Nelson. They've done. They were the chefs this week, so they've done a really good job of keeping our guys healthy and eating the right stuff on the road. And it's nice kind of having that home cooked meal as much as you can be in a hotel, but you're not going out every meal. You're not getting all the grease in every meal. You're not. It's been pretty nice with the meals that we've had, and the guys are making the most of it. I mean, there's poker being played every night, every day. I think I saw Stu making a Lego car today. So guys are doing. No, it's been really good. Yesterday we went paintballing, did a little active. We got a little workout in outside. Went paintballing. Today we practiced. So we're making the most of this day, and the guys are doing a good job of keeping their mindset within it.
Well, it sounds to me with all the way you guys are grubbing, you almost have your own Fuel and Iron Food Hall on the road with you with the different options of things to eat there, huh?
Yeah. We've had quite a few things. We've got. I mean, you name it. We got different types of sandwiches. We got soups. We got chips. We got. I think Chris made meatballs yesterday. We got spaghetti. There's a different type of pasta that we made for lunch today with chicken and all that. Veggies. We had they're cooking up eggs and sausage every morning, letting these guys have bagel sandwiches, burritos, you name it. So they're doing a really good job of keeping their meals exactly what we need to be doing, especially on a road in a conference room in a hotel, right? You can only do so much, but these guys are definitely doing a good job of chefing up some food for these boys.
Now, I know one thing on the menu a little bit later this week, Thursday night, you're going to have an appetite for potatoes, and it is a team that you're familiar with. Again, split that series to wrap up this season against Idaho Falls. Matched up well. Number 1 team in the Mountain Division for a good portion of this year, Coach. Now you guys get to see them in their barn hosting the playoffs, the future site of the Deneen Cup, and you guys get to go in there week 1. How excited are you for the advantage you feel like you carry with some late season momentum, and how are you getting the guys right for a big playoff series, the first for a lot of these guys and juniors?
Yeah, we're excited to be able to play in front of 4,000 people. We have fans traveling from Colorado. We have parents coming into this series, so we're excited. Our fans are going to be loud wherever they are, and I know that they're always having our back. So we had a good skate today. We had a good meeting today. To be honest with you, it's 53 games in, game 54. If we're not ready, we're in trouble, right? So I think these guys are ready to rock and roll. This is what they've put their season in the line for is to play playoff hockey, and they've definitely earned the right to be here. We had a good season with 30 wins this year, and we look to keep it going. Playing in Idaho Falls, it's fun. You get to shut up 4,000 people. You get to be in the environment of a big boy rink. So these guys definitely enjoy it. I believe we're the only team with a winning record.
You talk about shutting up 4,000 fans. One guy shut up 4,000 fans 42 times this weekend, and that is an awesome performance from the all-star goaltender. Pecker is playing hot as ever in the most optimal time. When you need goaltending to play out of their mind every single night, you look to a guy like Devin Peck. You've had great spells for him when he wants to rest a little bit with Noel and Henry, but you have Pecker go out there against one of the most explosive teams in the Mountain Division and offensively in the entire NCDC. How good do you feel? How good is Pecker feeling? And what is in the water out there in Idaho that turns the game on for him?
Yeah, I don't know. He was a wall. He played unbelievable a couple weeks ago, and that was exactly what our team needed, right? When you're getting in this type of season and this type of the playoff atmosphere, you're going to need your goalie to make every save he needs to and steal some that he shouldn't. So he was definitely doing that. I think he stopped 4 breakaways on the night. He played incredible, and we can't ask for many more much from the best 3 goalies in the league. We have the best tandem that I think together, and they've been showing it up all year. And Henry's done a good job of coming in and supporting these guys, and it really doesn't matter who we play on a nightly basis. These guys are going to be ready to go and ready to stop the puck. But Peck, he was incredible. 42 saves. That's pretty good, right? There's a reason he was an all-star. There's just different things that each goalie brings. Peck, he's a wall. He's straight up and down, and on that first shot he's going to make the first save. Noel, he plays the puck a little bit better. He's a third defenseman back there, so if teams are dumping the puck, trying to deposit that, he can help our D-man make a play, and he can get us going up ice a little bit quicker. And Henry, he makes saves that he shouldn't all the time.
Let me ask you, looking ahead, obviously everyone loved just a complete dominance of Pueblo Bulls hockey all weekend long. But realistically, what is the measurement of success for you guys? Is it getting at least one on the road and coming back and extending that at home? Is it, what are you looking for, big picture, just to really feel you're in a great place outside of, sweeping?
Yeah, I mean, you want to steal both, right? You want to do everything you can with 2 wins, but if you're coming home with a split, you've seen it all year playing in Pueblo. It's really hard to play Pueblo in Pueblo. So, if you're coming out with, obviously the ultimate goal is 2 wins, come back home and finish it there, but you need to at least split, right? You don't want to be coming home without a win, and if you're coming home with at least a win, our guys truly believe that teams will not beat us in our building. So I believe we could have a chance to end it at home, and our guys are going to do everything they can to get wins out of the year.
Coach, final question before I let you go. This has obviously been an exciting season for the entire team, but I want to focus on you. I feel like sometimes we just throw the questions at you on behalf of the entire team, but some accolades that you've got to feel proud of as a coach, obviously, finishing up season 6 with the boys, going back to the playoffs as a head coach of a team that has now leveled up twice since you've been at the helm here, but also having 4 different guys play their 100th game in junior hockey, 3 of them playing all of them with you under your direction. How cool does that feel? How important is this series in what you could call the legacy of Coach Wilhite? And how are you kind of taking a couple minutes for yourself to soak it all in?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible what these guys do. I played 4 years of junior hockey. I know how many games it is. It's a lot on your body. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of time on a bus. And kudos to these guys for sticking with it. Playing this many years, playing that much hockey, it's hard, right? And you got with Hof, Vest, and Bill specifically, they're 20-year-olds. They've been playing a lot of hockey. They've had a lot of experience, and that's the biggest thing when you're heading into playoffs. You try to go in with as much experience as possible, and these guys have it. Playing that many games, I mean, Vesti's at 150. Like that experience doesn't go unnoticed. It definitely helps within a locker room to keep the nerves down for everybody else, and kudos to these guys. That the way that you have to take care of your body, the way you have to take care of your mind, it's not just playing 50 or 100 or 150 games. It's what else is going into it. It's day to day, the workouts that they're putting into it, the team activities that they're creating with their players, their friends, their teammates. It's just, they had to learn it from somebody, and they're doing a good job of teaching the younger guys on what it takes to play 100 games in junior hockey, 150 games. And truly to these guys, you talk about me. It's not about me. It's about these players always. And without these players, I wouldn't have anybody to coach. So kudos to these players. They're everything. And I put it right back on them that they're the drivers of our team. I had told you guys this many times before, but I just stand there and look pretty. These guys pretty much take the reins and know what to do nowadays.
Tristan, Coach Wilhite just mentioned the hard work and effort it takes for these players to put into their mind and body. Mm-hmm. And, that's a mantra I have here at the Around the Horns Network. I put a lot of effort into my mind and body as well. So I can relate to these guys, and you're right. It does take a lot. So thanks for giving us recognition on that one too, Coach.
Yeah, no, you guys have crushed it, man. You're how many years are you guys in? You have to deal with our nonsense on a daily basis, adapting to a Zoom call here. You guys definitely put in the work as well. And again, we say it all the time, but without our fans, our sponsors, you guys specifically, you guys are the heartbeat of our team. And the Bulls are a family because of everybody that puts their effort into it. And you guys are definitely a big part of that. So we appreciate everything you guys have done as well.
Well, what do you say you go kick some ass Thursday and Friday night, and we have a family reunion back here at the PIA and Event Center Sunday night?
Absolutely. It sounds like a date.
Period 1 wrapped up. Period 2 and 3 coming up on our virtual edition of the Around the Horns podcast. And welcome back to the Around the Horns podcast, period 2 time. And Mario, I say it every week, but I never fail to get more excited than when we have a first-time guest. And I just gave him a hard time for it, but we waited 21 weeks to talk to this man, and finally he got a Tuesday night off, and there are no Bulls fans to give it up for him, but I know you will.
I will give it up, but I'm going to tell you something else about this guy. I have been sliding into his DMs multiple times saying, what the hell? Barzy, just let's lay it out right now, right here, right now, for the record. Do you hate us?
No, I don't hate you. I got a tough work schedule. There's never any roller hockey refs in the springs. And so, I just never able to get off, and no one wants to take my shift. So it's like, I'm not running from you guys, but you finally did catch me, I guess.
I mean, I think that's a legit story, maybe. Yeah. I mean, should we let him slide or what?
For what it's worth, I could definitely kick the ass of every roller hockey skater that you are repping for on Tuesday night. So you should have told me, and I would have made the 40-minute drive north to get you down, Barzy. But glad we finally got you. And obviously, a different circumstance. You're on the road. You're staying in Idaho because you guys just wrapped up the regular season. How pumped are you, man? And a couple of short sleeps, you're going to be playing playoff hockey for the Bulls. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I think everyone else is just adapting to it. It's a lot of adversity just to, having to rewear a pair of underwear twice, maybe. Yeah. I think everyone, including me, is really excited just for this next step, and everyone's really excited to play in Idaho. So,
well, you guys have a little bit of an advantage. All those details that you just shared with us, we get it. But at the same time, not being a road warrior, going back and forth, has got to feel good, at least to a certain extent, of getting that rest and being ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to be with the team too. Like I wouldn't rather be anywhere else right now than with the guys, and it helps with our bonding as well. Just especially in the first playoffs, just to really wrap it up. So.
Well, talking about bonding, we found out, we saw the pictures, and we just talked a little bit. Coach Wilhite talked about paintball. How'd you guys do? How was that experience for you? And who came out on top? Give us a little preview of the best paintballer is.
Paintball was fun. It was a good time. We got to go to Goodwill before, so we got to pick out our outfits. So it was just anything goes. So that was pretty funny. You kind of just get the most outrageous outfit you can find and just go at it. So yeah, I will say I'm really sore from crouching behind these walls. But Team Red did come out with a bunch of wins. So, and I was on Team Red, obviously. So, and me and Keats stuck together. Me, Keats, and Stewie. It was a good group. So we did defeat Blue, but I didn't get any stingers, but I know a lot of other guys got some stingers. Okay.
So who was the most locked in? Like, who would you trust to take someone down 50 yards away?
Or at least save your life?
50 yards away? I got to go with my sniper, Kita. But I mean, he could snipe and he could go get that flag if we're playing capture the flag. Like he knew he was up to it. So.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he grew up on PUBG, whatever he could do. Like, that's real life stuff for him now to just live it out and go kill it on the paintball course. But,
yeah.
I want to ask you, Barzy, obviously, we've heard a ton about the bonding on this year's team, the connection that you guys have. Everything you've worked for now has culminated in what's going to play out over the next 72 hours. You guys get to be the team that brings Pueblo back to the playoffs. You guys get to be the team that could spoil the awesome season of the number one team in the Mountain Division. How do you personally take responsibility for that? And how is the team kind of rallying around the chance that you guys have in front of you right now?
Yeah, I mean, well, personally, to start off, it's just like I got to put everything I have in for the team, and I know everyone else next to me will do the same thing, and that's how it's going to come together as a team so well. And we all know, like, we're the underdog here, and I don't think we would want to be in any other position just to come into that building and shut them up. So it'll be really nice. That's what we're all looking forward to, just to take it one game at a time and just get out of there with 4 points and just go on to the next and sweep them at home. So.
Now, obviously, as a rookie to juniors, you've got some more hockey to play at this level, but you're hanging out with a group of guys that's about to age out. And Coach just talked about them, some of those 20-year-olds that have really given their last couple of years to junior hockey. What is the mentality with those guys like, and what are you trying to do to make sure that they get to extend their junior hockey experience as long as they possibly can and make it all the way to that Deneen Cup?
Yeah, we know that they're going to give it everything they got. Like, you never know when it's going to be their last game. So you really want to do it for them as well, because they're never going to get to experience this again. So it's like, we want to do it for them, and we want to do everything for them just so they can get that final experience. And from us, like, we want to use it for our experience coming years and everything like that. So,
Tristan, this sounds really weird, but we haven't been able to do the same thing with Barzy that we've had with everyone else this season. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of have to go back to the beginning, Barzy. We want the fans to get to know you and your hockey journey, how long you've been playing, everything, and how you ended up here in Pueblo.
Well, I started playing roller hockey when I was 4. Played roller hockey my entire life, still do. And then I started playing ice hockey at 7. Played in Denver for forever, and I would drive up at 6 a.m. with my family. They would take me, and then I'd come home, go to school, and then I played in Monument for ever since I was 12 all the way up to 18s, and then last year I was in Montana, and my team ended up winning the championship there. Then I came home and was drafted. I had the honor to get drafted by Pueblo, and everything all worked out from there. So I was really excited just to finally put on the P. So yeah.
That's one of the things I wanted to ask you, because a couple of years ago, and this brings it to life because the last time Mario and I did a Zoom podcast was during the entry-level draft for the Bulls. And I remember talking about some of these guys, and they said, yeah, this guy will probably end up playing somewhere else, and this guy we want to come to Pueblo. And one of the names that come up every time we talk about local hockey players, and your name came up, Barzy. And I think, if memory serves me correct, you are the first drafted Pueblo Bulls player to suit up and throw the peon. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I'm going to treat it as such and ask you, how much does that mean? Like, obviously, the Bulls saw enough in you. Alex Houston, as the director of scouting, said, that's the guy we want, go get him. And you made it to the big time in one short season with your rights here in Pueblo. How cool has that experience been for you? And what does it mean to be that first guy from the draft to suit up?
Yeah, it's definitely an honor, especially because, like, being drafted by them, knowing that they want me, and just given the opportunity to make the team, because everyone doesn't make it, and so just to have that just is great. Like, I wanted to make this team. I wanted to be on this team because I know, like, the longevity that the team has to go far like we are now, and so I knew that this team was going to be pretty strong. So it's just nice to finally get on a winning team here and just a winning culture.
And talk a little bit. You have ties to Pueblo. Let the fans know what that tie is and how that works out for you.
Well, my family lives in Pueblo. I live with my uncle and my aunt. They're great supporters of the team and the organization. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. They give so much, and they just help so much, and it's just an easy lifestyle for me, just living at home or anything like golf simulator, anything like that. So it's pretty nice. It's got a good setup.
Well, that sounds pretty sweet, but I got to tell you too, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. All season long, Tris and I are responsible for choosing the 3 stars of the night. And you pop up there and you've got a lot of 2s and 3s, buddy. We're hoping, is this the pod bump where you come out for a star this weekend or during this season, or this series, I should say? What do you think about that?
I mean, I'm just hoping for it. Maybe I don't want to sound selfish.
We are too. We're rooting for you, man. Even though you avoid us.
Yeah, I don't want to avoid you guys, but maybe since I came on here, I start scoring more. Maybe you never know, but yeah,
it's been cool to see every player on this year's team bring a different skill set, a different element to the ice for the Bulls. Something Mario and I have been extremely complimentary about with your game the entire year, Barzy, is your ability to sneak just past that defender and get on a ton of breakaways all year. The way you're able to maneuver up the boards and create some offense really has been kind of explosive for this team. And every single shift, we say if Barzy had an inch and a half more of reach, that's an easy goal. And it's led to a lot of assists, and you've got great vision on the ice. You're able to find that trailing skater and usually set them up pretty nicely. But you have been creating space and offensive opportunities for this team all season. So obviously that's a strength of yours. What do you feel like you've been able to work on in your time in Pueblo? And what do you feel like over the next couple of weeks and hopefully the next couple of years with the team that you can really craft up as a hockey player entirely?
Yeah, I think as myself is always a pass first guy, which is it's never a bad thing, but like being here, it's definitely taught me to shoot the puck more and everything like that. But just to have like different guys on my wings or different guys in the center in the wing, it's just like it's been a lot easier for me to just dish it off or get a good pass from someone just to bury it. Like even our power play, like playing with the Twins, it's pretty easy just to move it up and down and around. You know what I mean? And it's gonna go back in the back of the net. So
I notice a lot of the opposition players kind of glom onto you. You get a lot of double coverage, a lot of guys kind of going after you because they recognize your gift there. So that's got to feel pretty good for you as a young player.
Yeah, it feels good until I want the puck, and then they're just sitting on me. But I mean, if they want to leave the Twins open, that's fine. They can leave those guys open all day. So.
Dig your own grave there. Compliments of the Marchionaux. Barzy, before we let you go, I want to give you a chance here. Obviously, on the road, big series for you guys. 2 road playoff games against Idaho. When you come back Sunday night, the PIA and Event Center is going to be packed and ready for you guys. What do you have to say to Bulls fans that are going to be patiently watching on Flow TV this weekend before you guys return?
I don't have anything else to say, but like let's be loud, Bulls fans. We need this. Let's go. Let's win it at home. So.
Ooh. I think what he meant was LFG, Bulls fans. Barzy,
Yeah.
thanks for being held hostage in Idaho so we could finally chat with you. I can't wait to celebrate you guys when you get back here on Sunday. Go get them.
Best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
Period 3, Mario, what do you say we bring an old face back in and we wrap this road playoff show up in style?
Yeah, we just got to get his confirmation that he will not be dropping F-bombs.
We'll try in just a few short seconds here on the official place for all things Pueblo Bulls hockey, the Around the Horns podcast. Bulls fans, welcome back to the Around the Horns podcast, period 3 time. And as we wrap up our road playoff extravaganza, we are bringing in one of the most explosive 4-lettered players in Pueblo Bulls history. And I would tell you to give it up, but we're going to give it up for you. Nikita Bondariev joining us again. Keats, how are you, dude?
I'm good, guys. Good to see you.
Good to have you back on, man. Obviously, a unique week for you guys. You just wrapped up the regular season on the road against Idaho. Now you're turning right back around and playing them in week 1 of the playoffs. What are you bringing differently, mentality-wise, from the regular season into your playoff series against the Taters?
You know, playoff hockey, it's a different game than the regular season. If you look at our last 3 games against Idaho, we won 2-1, they beat us 2-1, and then we won 2-1 again. Not a lot of goals, more maybe defensive game, so less mistake. You can't afford any mistakes in playoffs. One mistake can end your season, so you just got to be structured and just be perfect all over the ice.
Well, you have been almost perfect, and I say that because earlier this week, or just at the end of last week, it was announced that you became the all-time scoring leader for a defenseman in Pueblo Bulls history, and there have been some damn good defensemen. But Keats, that is quite the honor and recognition that you've deserved because you have taken your game to a level that I don't think many people knew you had in you last year. You were a little bit more quiet and reserved, obviously leveled up through the A on your chest, and became the all-time scoring leader as a Bulls defenseman. Talk about what that means to you and how you feel like you've really changed your game in year 2 with the team.
Thank you, guys. It's obviously a big honor to be to leave my name or write my name in this organization, and just I don't know, it's been awesome. The boys been helping me. The twins again on the power play definitely helped a lot, but it's been awesome. Big honor.
Now, in addition to your accolades that you achieved on the ice, off the ice, I think your greatest accomplishment is growing on your upper lip right now. Can you get a little bit closer to that, Cam? Is that a playoff muzzy? What are you rocking up there, Keith?
It's a playoff mustache. You're right.
Yeah.
I gotta let it go a little bit for playoffs.
Let it go.
Man, that is tough.
Wild. Keats, let me ask you real quick, because this is more than likely your swan song with the Bulls this season. And what has been your biggest accomplishment? What are you most proud of as a Pueblo Bull in your time here?
A lot. It's honestly hard to pick one, but I'm just proud to spend 2 years of my hockey life here. And honestly, I've been in the US for 3 years now, in Pueblo for 2, and I'm pretty sure I confidently can say I can really say it's my home of USA. Like, obviously I have home back home in Ukraine, but this is my home in Pueblo, so it's the best I could ask.
Well, I would like to point out too, before you got here, when there was rumor, there was talk, everyone was talking about all these guys that were coming into the camp. And your name in particular, and Marty Wakeland, I'll give him credit. He said, this kid is special. Watch Nikita Bondariev from Ukraine. And I didn't know who you were, so he pointed you out to me. And I loved you from the beginning because we've talked about this many a time during our interviews. You had that Vegas Golden Knights hat on, and we were brothers from that point on. And it's been so much fun, watching you develop and grow as a player. But how good is it to know that you lived up to the hype that these guys believed in you and they gave you the shot, and you did it. You pulled it off, and you became, you're getting all the accolades. You're going to the playoffs. To us, you're kind of a Pueblo Bulls legend at this point. And so we're proud of you, but how proud are you, and just how good does that feel?
It feels good. I always felt that the coaches, the whole organization has, the confidence in me. They trusted me, and I appreciate them. And the same as you guys, just everybody been so nice to me, and I'm sure to the other boys, I can tell from them too. Like you get to experience this junior hockey in Pueblo more than anywhere else, maybe because like people know you on the streets, the fans, sponsors, like you just might go to some place and people will ask you to take a picture with you and stuff. Like, this is awesome. This is a nice junior experience. So it's been great all over the place.
One thing we always like to kind of wrap up the season and wrap up players' experiences in Pueblo, Keats, is more than on the ice, but as a person. Obviously, some really foundational years in the lives of a young man when they decide to leave home, when they decide to go play junior hockey and find out what life looks like outside of the confines of where you grew up. So over the last couple of years, what are you maybe most excited about that you learned in Pueblo, or that you get to take away from your junior hockey experience here in P-Town?
I think obviously the hockey is hockey, but I really got mature as a person here. It taught me a lot, like how to, all this like stuff. I definitely grown up as like just a regular man here. Like I can say like I came here maybe as a boy. Now I feel a little bit older. So that's one of the biggest things I can say about it.
Well, and you've done this all through diversity and challenges, because we all know the stuff that's going on back home, and we know this hasn't been an easy journey or an easy battle for you, but we're proud to have known you. We're proud to have you here in Pueblo and be part of the Pueblo Bulls and be part of the Around the Horns network as well. You've been a great participant, and we like to have a ton of fun with you, and you're a great person to have around. So thank you for that, through all the adversity and all the challenges you have. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Now, Keats, I know you have no problem getting the crowd fired up. So when you guys come back with at least 2 points, but let's just call it 4, ready to wrap the series up at home in front of a sold-out crowd, and they're watching this on the big screen, what is your message to them?
I'm sure boys don't want to see any empty seats, and that's it. And let's be loud, like Barr said before. Let's just get loud and show Spot Kings that maybe our rink is a little smaller, but we're definitely the loudest one.
Size doesn't matter is what I'm taking away from that. It doesn't matter about the rink. It matters about the heart of the dog in the fight. Keats, thanks for everything, dude. Go smash them this weekend, and we'll see you when you make it back to Pueblo.
Thank you.
Bulls fans, playoff hockey coming to Pueblo after a Thursday and Friday road stint. You got your chance to watch playoff hockey right here in Pueblo at the PIA and Event Center. Get your tickets if there's any left. Stand out front and try to buy some tickets from people that may have scalped them illegally, because you want to be there. Sunday night, puck drop, 7 p.m., and we will be covering it. Probably Thursday, probably Friday, probably screaming from the mountaintops on Sunday. And then after it all wraps up, Tuesday, if necessary, Game 4 at the PIA and Event Center. You don't want to miss any of it. And the official place for all things Pueblo Bulls hockey, the Around the Horns Network.